Hola, buenos dias. I wanted to take a look with you today at this PowerPoint related to numbers and colors in Spanish, particularly as it relates to the grammar information that we need to have available in order to use colors and numbers correctly and make sure that any sentences that we put together with colors and numbers are accurate as we put those together in Spanish. So a couple things to try to wrap your brain around here. First is in Spanish there are actually 4 words for the word the. And in English, that's not the case. So as English speakers, it takes us a little bit of time to go, okay, how does this work? The deal with the 4 different versions of the is that each of those represents the gender and number of the noun that's in use. So basically there's 4 different categories. We know that in Spanish every noun is either a masculine noun or a feminine noun. It has 0 to do with whether or not the noun is more guyish or girlish. It just is how the language evolved. We have a masculine noun, we have feminine nouns, and it is what it is. We just kind of have to learn them. The other piece that we have to keep in mind beyond the gender of the noun is we also have to keep in mind how many of the noun we're talking about. So in this case, are we talking about a singular noun as in there's one, or are we talking about a plural noun as in there's more than one? So each of the words for the represents a combination of things. It represents the gender and the number. So you could have singular and masculine, or singular and feminine. You could have plural and masculine, or plural and feminine. And that's why we have 4 different words for the, because we need to know all of those words around the noun, excuse me, have to modify the noun. Okay, so let's take a look at a little chart I made for you that hopefully will help you figure that out. Feel free to pause if you need to here, so you can copy these down into your notes. You definitely want to make sure you have these in your notes. So the first item that you see there is you see the word L. Excuse me, goodness. L means the when the noun is masculine and singular, as in there's only one, okay? So if we're talking about a desk, for instance, the word for desk is escritorio. It is a masculine noun, and so we would say el escritorio for the desk, okay? The second word for the is la, and la is the feminine singular version of the. So it's still just one, but it's for a feminine noun. So for instance, the word for chair is la silla. It's silla, S-I-L-L-A. And so the word for the in front of it would be la. La silla is the chair. It recognizes that noun is feminine, but that there's only one of them, so it's just la. When we have plural nouns that are masculine, we use the word los, L-O-S, los. So if we have more than one desk, we would say los escritorios, okay? We add the S at the end of the noun just like we do in English to make it plural. And then here, if our noun is feminine and we have more than one, we use las, L-A-S. So las sillas if we had more than one chair, okay? So those are your 4 words for the, el, la, los, and las. And looking at those words for the definitively tells you what the gender and the number is for each of those nouns. If you see el, you know it's a masculine noun and there's only one. If you see la, you know it's a feminine noun and there's only one. If you see los, it's a masculine noun but plural. If you see las, it's a feminine noun but plural. Okay? So pause if you need to, rewind if you need to check that out. Let's take a look at just kind of in the next few slides, what you see here is essentially the written version of what I just said to you. And so you can kind of review that if you want to. Again, keep in mind that the gender of a noun has nothing to do with whether or not something is more guyish or girlish. It just is what it is. Thankfully, the number piece is a little bit more straightforward. There's either one of them or there's more than one of them. So you either have singular nouns or you have plural nouns. Something else to keep in mind, generally speaking, nouns that end in an A are feminine nouns, and nouns that end in an O are masculine nouns. There are exceptions to the rule. It's not the case all the time, but it is something you can kind of tuck away in the back of your brain that if you see a noun that ends in an O, probably a masculine noun. If you see a noun that ends in an A, probably a feminine noun. But the other thing to keep in mind is that all nouns don't end in O's or A's. So they also end in consonants. They also end in other vowels. And in those cases, you just have to know what the gender is. Typically on the handouts that we use in class, you'll see either an el or a la or a los or a las in front of the noun. And so that will tell you the gender of the noun as well as the number. Okay, so keep that in mind. Some examples here for you. La manzana Manzana is the word for apple, and it is in fact a feminine noun, so we use la in front of it, la manzana. And the example I gave earlier for desk, the desk, escritorio, ends in an O and in fact is a masculine noun, so we use el. There are some exceptions, just a couple here noted for you. El mapa, the map. The noun's in an A, but it's actually a masculine noun. Mapa is a masculine noun, so we say el mapa. And then la mano, the hand, mano ends in an O, but it's actually a feminine noun. And so those are a couple of the exceptions, and there are a few more out there, unfortunately, that we have to just be aware of. Keep in mind that any word that modifies a noun has to indicate for its gender. For example, la manzana es roja, the apple is red, okay? So when you look at your color handout, you'll see the word red on there, but you see it as rojo with an O. Because manzana is a feminine noun, la manzana with an A, we have to change rojo to roja in order for it to coordinate, okay, and to be grammatically correct. Now, escritorio, the desk, that is a masculine noun. So we can keep that O, rojo, for the desk is red. That works just fine, okay? So keep that in mind. And again, here's just a written version kind of what I just said to you out loud. So hopefully that's useful to you. Feel free to pause or go backwards, rewind if you need to be able to watch and clarify any part of the video. So here we're taking a look at the number of a noun. So for instance, is the noun singular or is it plural? Is there just one or are there more than one? So in this case, in the previous example, we had la manzana es roja, for the apple is red. Here, if we have more than one apple, we have to change pretty much every word in that sentence in order to indicate for the gender of the noun as well as the number of the noun. So here, because we have more than one apple, we're going to go from la to las, okay? Because there's more than one apple, we're also going to have an S at the end of manzana to make it plural. And then here, we don't say the apples is red, we say the apples are red. And so this word here, son, is are, A-R-E. And then for roja, because we have more than one apple now in this sentence, we have to put an S at the end of that color word. So the translation is the apples are red. As English speakers, we might be looking at that and go, what? That's kind of weird. We don't do that in English, okay? Not to the degree that we have in Spanish, but this is how it is grammatically correct in Espanol. So it's important to keep that in mind. Some practice here with gender and number, with colors. La uva, even if you don't know what that noun is, just by looking at the very first word here for the, you can tell that it's a feminine noun and that it's singular, okay? Uva happens to mean grape, okay? So we have the grape. We're going to make the grape purple. Because uva and la here, we know that it's a feminine noun, so we're going to use la uva morada. We choose the A ending so that it is correct grammatically with our feminine noun, okay? El queso, we see el here, so we know that's the word for a masculine singular noun. Queso happens to be cheese. We're going to make it yellow cheese, and because it's a masculine noun, we'll say el queso amarillo with an O. Next up here we have la mochila. The la tells us that the noun is feminine and singular. Mochila happens to be a backpack. We're going to make it pink, and so here we'd have la mochila rosada, the pink backpack. Here, helado, el, that the is masculine and singular. Helado is ice cream, everybody's favorite, most everybody's favorite. And then we're going to make it vanilla ice cream, so we're going to say el helado, because there's an O and an L there, we're going to say it's blanco, el helado blanco, okay? So just keep in mind it's a little bit tricky because as English speakers, we don't have to think too much about how we coordinate that. But in Espanol, we definitely need to make sure that everything everything that modifies the noun, it takes into account the gender and the number of that noun. We've got some color conversation builders here to help you out if you want to continue to put those color words to work, using them in sentences rather than just rattling off a list. Here we have ¿Cuál es tu color favorito?, which translates what is your favorite color. Mi color favorito es, and you put your favorite color in there to translate there. ¿Qué color es? What color is this? El color es, and then the color is. ¿Qué color es la manzana? What color is the apple? La manzana es roja. The apple is red. A couple of other things to keep in mind. The word oscuro means dark, so like dark red would be rojo oscuro, okay? If it's light, a lighter color like a light blue, claro, it would be azul claro, which would be a light blue. Another item that students often ask me about is how you say rainbow, and that is, the word for rainbow is arco iris. It's A-R-C-O-I-R-I-S, arco iris, okay, for rainbow, because a lot of kids like that too. Alrighty, I think that helps you out with a little bit more for the colors and the numbers and making sure we keep all that straight as far as keeping it grammatically correct. Again, I hope that you'll take an opportunity to review the video, pause it, rewind it, get some clarification, practice with it, whatever it is that you feel like you need to do in order to make sure that you've got it straight. The big thing you guys are going to want to know is those 4 words for the and when to use them. Alrighty, thank you so much for your attention. Muchas gracias. Adios.